Yo, welcome everybody to another episode of Submarine Media. I have been on my grind at my job. I apologize for my absence. Been working 6 days a week, but I'm back here today. It is a beautiful Friday. Well, actually, it's raining where I'm at. Just kidding. But Playboi Carti has decided to bless us finally with his new album, Dilit. Now, my experience with Playboi Carti is one where I really made my verdict is that he's just overrated, which I listened to his last album and I just kind of went into it not really expecting any lyricism. I had kind of given up on the idea of lyricism completely at this point, which isn't a bad thing. But going into his album, that was the best thing I could do because then I was taking another. I was looking at it from a different perspective, basically, and what it provides, I could dig. But I will definitely say that album was something overwhelming aside from the dreamy and vaporwave like beats. I definitely like that. I like some of the pockets of rhythm that his vocals hit. So when it came to this record, all I was expecting really was just an upgrade. And that's what I got. The beats are better. How he uses his voice, the tonalities of it, as well as the ad libs are totally top notch for what he does on this record. I totally dug it. So let's just jump right into this. Now, I was already excited seeing the feature list on this. I was like, hey, okay, a lot of these guys I'm totally digging and I really want to see how they would work together with him. Travis Scott, I knew that should be something good. Nicki Minaj, I was like, wow, that's interesting. Young Thug, of course. Lil Uzi Vert is to be expected. But there were some surprises as well. Skepta, wasn't expecting that. Bryson Tiller, very interested to see how that flowed on there. Plus, there were a lot of people that I have never heard of. But, the album kicks off with the intro, and the intro almost kind of reminds me, the synth melody anyways, of like glitched up NES music, which I totally dig. So as you've heard, if you've watched some of my other videos, I kind of like nasty things, so the kind of glitched up synth, I could dig that. Not much to say. Again, it's not really a lyrical album, it's just an intro, but very vibey. The next track, R.I.P, goes hard, serves its purpose. It is totally a banger. The sub bass just totally just roars straight through your speakers, hits hard, and it's a banger. It does what it's supposed to do. Lyrically, there's not much to say, although I did like, we're about, I would say, 3/4 of the way through the song, where he said he bought his mom a house off this mumble shit. He's made a mill off this mumble shit, kind of throwing it out there like, yeah, he's a mumble rapper, but he's getting cake though. And I do like when these cats stand up for themselves in their tracks, like Lil Yachty. If you could pull it off and you've got your own sound, that's something I definitely appreciate. And as far as these cats go, a lot of them sound the same. Although I will say that Playboi Carti, Lil Yachty, Trippie Redd, XXXTentacion, and Ski Mask the Slump God, which I will be doing a review or reaction to since it's so short, definitely have their own sound, along with 6ix9ine. But anyways, total banger. Next track is Lean For Real, which had the Skepta feature, and hey, he really did his thing on this. Like, pretty much, there's something about his voice to me, and I think it's because he's British, that just kind of amps the track up. It just sounds extra hard. Anyways, he just dropped some simple bars about going Super Saiyan and going bird's eye view GTA. Nothing special, nothing to write home about, but like, he fit in pretty nicely. Like, I was really kind of skeptical, not only because he's not necessarily a mumble rapper, and a lot of these people on here aren't, which is what kind of surprised me how it would fit on here, but just his unique voice, being that he's British, how they would fit. It was going to be interesting, but I really did like that track. Old Money is one of the many examples of the earworms all over this bad boy. Really one of my favorite tracks, to be honest, and it's not even, there's barely any lyrics on this as far as I'm concerned, but the synth melody and the beat itself is what I've been listening to it for. I've listened to this song already easily like 10 times throughout the day. Love Hurts featuring La Flame himself. Usually when Travis Scott is a feature on songs, he usually provides a texture. He's just kind of, it's lit or whatever the case in the background. But it was a weird swap because Carti provided the texture and I feel like Travis provided the lyrical content for this song. Interesting. One of the songs that I could do without, and at the end I'll give you a list of what I could really do without, given the fact that it's 19 tracks. Shoota is another combo that I could have did without, actually. It was really kind of underwhelming. The pair, Carti and Uzi Vert, they definitely have some other more interesting combo tracks that they've done in the past, so it was really underwhelming to jump into this. I was really expecting more from them. Not bad. It's a really kind of upbeat track. Always a fan of Uzi as of now anyways, and this album actually, as far as I'm concerned, really reminds me of my experience with Lil Uzi Vert. Up until Love Is Rage 2, I kind of just felt like, you know, he's just this guy doing kind of what everybody else is doing and not doing it that good. And then Love Is Rage 2 came out, and I really felt like he separated himself from the rest of that crowd and kind of came in with his own sound really strong, something where it kind of really has me anticipating whatever he may drop next. And that's how I really feel about this Carti album, actually, the same way. The first album I wasn't really a fan of, but this album kind of really has me like, oh, okay, so this is what you do. I can really see that, and I'd be interested to hear some other tracks that you make. Not as much as Love Is Rage 2, that's my shit, I really dig that. Poke It Out has the queen herself, Miss Minaj, gracing us with some bars where she brags about her catalog and pretty much tells her contemporaries to fucking watch the throne, because she's the queen, and we all know that she's been doing her thing out there lately. I'm expecting her to drop something. I will definitely be excited about that, and I will definitely leave a review for that. Again, she provides the lyrical content. As far as most of these features, especially when there are people that provide lyrics, Carti is more of a background entity on the tracks. He usually is, to me, as far as what I'm concerned, really just ambience. The whole album to me is kind of really, as much as it turns up, a hip-hop ambience album, because much of what he says is just hip-hop tropes. My bitch is bad, I've got a foreign, she sucked my dick, whatever the case, I got hella cash. It's not bad. As far as those albums go, this is something that I would still re-listen to. It's kind of fun to listen to. It's not something I really have to think about, which is a rarity for me to enjoy when it comes to listening to music. So I usually like to be really cerebral. But I guess what the saving grace for this is the rhythmic patterns that he provides with whatever the hell he's saying, and also the beats. Like there's a lot of textures going in and out of that. But anyways, that's that track. The Bryson Tiller feature is where my only complaint, not my only, but my major complaint comes in, is not because it's bad, it's good. It's just, damn, I just keep hearing all these people with a little bit more to say, or actually a lot more to say, but more to say than Carti, and I'm just like, man, I know it's not your style, I just wish you had a little bit more to say, because these beats really do, you know, I could see how people just that aren't mumble rappers just really like take the beat and ride it, and I feel like he rides it in his style in that way. But I will have to say it's not as interesting as a person that could just come in with the lyrical dexterity and fortitude to just rock these beats. It really just makes me wish that somebody would kind of come in and just maybe like freestyle over this album. Flatbread Freestyle. If this wasn't Playboi Carti, I would have to call bullshit, because literally this freestyle sounds like somebody with a speech impediment that's drunk, kind of just riffing over a beat with a heavy 808 and lounge synths. But somehow he pulls it off. I'm totally digging it. I still gonna have to put this on the list of things that I could do without, mainly because of the goofy voice. But again, like I said, he pulls it off. He's got a pass on that one. Middle of the Summer has a feature that has someone that sounds like they're rapping off a cue card on karaoke night, but with a little bit of confidence and a little bit of rhythm. I don't know who this is. Their name was something like Red something. I don't know. Forgettable. They weren't that great at all. The feature was actually kind of awkward. Didn't really dig that song. Choppa Won't Miss is definitely my shit. It's got Thugger on it. It's got Thugger and Carti exchanging ad-libs in the background over a beat that honestly really kind of sounds like they're in the background frolicking over flowers, but it also has a heavy 808, so it goes hard at the same time. It kind of just has me imagining that, literally, like you're just holding hands and like dancing in a circle and some flowers. That's what the beat reminds me of, but it still goes pretty hard. Totally dig it. This combo together, like I wish actually he had another feature on here. that they've gotten together and done more tracks together. I'm not sure if they have. If they have, let me know in the comment section. But I feel like when it comes to this type of music, of course, Thugger's gonna do good as a feature. I feel like he's a major influence on cats with these styles. So, and then it ends with Top of the Building, which is not too much of a track. It provides the same vibe that I'll say that Playboi Carti provides on most of his tracks. It's not bad. So what I'll say about this album as a whole is, although I don't have much to say about it really, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't have a lot of lyrics, so there's not much to say about it. I did enjoy it. It's something I would listen to again. It definitely has replay value. I can't listen to this album without moving or bopping or anything like that. It's definitely a turn-up album. The features go really nice. The features actually, to me, are what saved it. The features and the beats, because it's definitely not his lyrics, and even though he does hit these kind of real interesting rhythmic patterns with what he's saying, if it were just that, it wouldn't be something that I would come back to. But the combination of the features, the beats, and then him being so rhythmic is something that kind of really made me dig it. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a strong 8 on this album, and some people would probably be surprised that I said that, but this is something that I definitely plan to listen to again, probably right after I'm done with this video. I dug it totally. Again, like I said, I really do feel like this is his album where he kind of like really separates himself from the rest of the other crowd of cloud rappers or mumble rappers or whatever we're calling them now. And he definitely has his own unique sound, and I totally dug that. So, Die Lit definitely is a lit album. Tell me what you thought about it in the comment section. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know how you felt. Let me know if you think this is an improvement on the last album that he put out. And we will see you next time on another episode of Submarine Media.